Do 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 do. We're the awesome musketeers, the awesome five ever. There's Bamping Awesome, the awesome and always awesome, awesome five ever. Thank you. Hi everybody, so today I'm here with my July book haul, and this is going to be separated into 3 parts. Part 1. So I was able to purchase 2 books this month because my book buying ban has allowed me to do it. Firstly, we have The Invention of Hugo Cabret. I bought this on a whim. I was actually buying a book for a present for my wonderful friend Alice, and yeah, I saw this and I was like, ooh, must buy, looks so good. And it's based off of the movie Hugo, and I wanted to watch the movie, but that, I don't know why it never seemed to happen. But I saw this and I'm like, oh my god, there's a book, so I'll just read it and then I can watch the movie. And it's full of illustrations and I love me some pictures. It looks absolutely amazing. I'm so excited to read this. And the other book that I purchased was The Selection by Kiera. So on Twitter I asked for some suggestions on books to buy, and I want to thank everyone who replied. There were some really awesome suggestions there, but when I was out looking for a book I just went to Big W, and they didn't have a huge range, but I mean it's cheaper than most other places, so I was like, hey, whatever. It's about this girl named America Singer, and she is one of 35 girls, I'm pretty sure, who has been selected to enter this like kind of competition thing to win Prince Maxon's hand in marriage. Now on to part 2. So these ones are the books that I acquired somehow and did not pay for. So technically I didn't buy these books, so I didn't break my book buying ban. Now for these first 2, my parents paid for these because they're for school, I promise you. I mean, I was interested in buying them anyway, but I've chosen to use them as like related texts for my English exams, so yeah. First we have 1984 by George Orwell. I'm not entirely sure how to describe this book, but I've heard some good things and it sounds like something I'd be very interested in. And I also got A Clockwork Orange, which sounds like another kind of strange book and it's very small. But I mean, the text is kind of tiny as well. Now, okay, when it comes to books, I can have pretty sticky fingers. If I see a book lying around the house, or if someone's going to throw out a bunch of books and I see something that looks interesting or that I might like, I adopt it, whether anybody says I can or not. These next 3 books I found around the house and was like, hey, they're mine now. I really love the covers of these books. These are classics, and this one is 2 books. There's Animal Farm and 1984 by George Orwell. I didn't even realise that this had 1984 on it. I, you know, had already bought 1984 and then was like, hey, we already have it. But I mean, oh well, I have 2 copies now. That's okay, because someone's probably gonna take this back from me. I also got The Great Gatsby and The Last Tycoon by Scott Fitzgerald, an unfinished novel. Oh wow, it's got like, for The Last Tycoon it has like a diagram of the last outline that the author made, and it's got like episodes and chapters and then acts, and I'm guessing how many words it is or something. And it also has other little letters and things that kind of outline how the story has developed and changed from how it was originally going to be and stuff like that. And lastly, The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. So I decided to read this since I've heard some really good reviews by some fellow booktubers, and yeah, since the movie's coming out I was like, hey, why don't I read it? And finally, part 3. So I have a bit of a confession here. Now let's just start off with why I decided to go on a book buying ban. Number one, because of the money, I could not afford it. And number two, because my to-be-read pile is just growing and growing and growing, and I'd rather see it shrinking, because it can be a bit daunting sometimes. Sometimes it's good, it's like, oh, I've got so much to choose from, but that can be a bad thing as well. So I've been kind of abiding by my little rule of not buying books. I've been spending money on these ones. However, my TBR pile has been growing exponentially. I discovered the free Kindle app for your computer and iPhone. I downloaded it, and there were a few classics on it that came with it free, and I was like, hey, I'll look for some more. I like books, and I like free books. So I decided to go on a hunt, and hunt I did. I didn't really buy these books from Amazon. It's more like they placed them on a very, very huge plate and sat it down right in front of me. Oh look, here's some free books, take what you will. And I mean, who am I to deny the offer? I'm gonna take those free books. And I've ended up downloading about 230 free ebooks. So you can see why I'm not going to go through all of those. Yeah, I found another loophole for my book buying ban. And I've just been, you know, searching every day or so, looking for new ones. I've now got about 240 books, and it cost me about $50, which is really good. I mean, come on. So if you guys have any suggestions or recommendations of books to buy as my book buying ban allows me to, then comment away. Anyway, I will see you guys later. Bye!